Hi, this is Sherry, and David is here with me too.
Hello.
And we're here to walk you through where you're going to go and how you're going to enter your CLO assessments. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to type into your URL bar curriculum.com, that's C-O-M-M, not C-O-M, .mjc.edu. So curriculum.com.mjc.edu. You notice that takes you to our curriculum page, and you see CurriculumNet in the upper left-hand side, and you're going to click on that. From there, you put in your username and password, and we hope that you remember. David's going to put in his because we're going to experiment on one of his classes. We're going to stay in the left-hand side. You're going to see under Build, you're going to see Outcomes Assessment. It's there in red at the bottom. You're going to click on that. And you're going to stay in the left-hand side. Under Outcome Assessments, you're going to go to Create a New Assessment for your first one. Then you're going to move to the middle. You're going to select Course Learning Outcome. And then from there, you're going to put in your own information. First, what are you assessing? It's a course learning outcome. Then right now it's our fall 2013. And then you're going to pick, whether it's an MUSE, an MUSA, whichever you are doing at this time. And then you're going to go ahead and select your course. David's going to select 144, I think. And he's going to save. And now, notice to your right-hand side, we have the assessment checklist. What we're going to have to do is we're going to go to select an outcome. And David has 4 outcomes here. This means we're going to have to go through this process 4 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it with you for the first time. We're going to show you how to get back out and go in again for the second time. And we're going to have you press finish each time. Finish saves it so that later you can go back and enter it. The only thing you don't want to do if you're ready, or if you're not ready, is at the very end hit submit. You don't want to hit submit until you are ready for it not to be edited anymore. But you must hit finish or it disappears, we believe.
That is true. Now the save here is it's snake oil. Basically, it's not going to do anything for you. As soon as you finish and start doing another one, if you did not hit finish, your information is gone. So don't worry too much about the save. Hit finish. You can still edit something that you finished. So forget about the save. The submit part is not even available to us at this point. Hopefully it will be later by the powers of the CurriculumNet gods. So we're going to click on the first one and hit finish.
Now notice we go to the next part on the assessment bar again in the assessment checklist. It's green. He selected one. Yay. Now he's going to do his assessment instrument. So he'll click on that.
In the case of this class, we're actually looking at give successful performances in various venues, types of productions, and or competitions and auditions. So mainly we're dealing with live performances. One of the things that Sherry reminded me of earlier is that you need to show a process, and this starts at the beginning of the semester. So it's usually useful to start by saying from the onset of the semester, or since the beginning, or since the semester began. If you have a form, for example, in beginning guitar, we have quite a bit of pop quizzes that are written. In that case, you might want to choose a file to give an example. In this case, they're live performance. Do you want to add something?
Yeah, and in voice, what we have is a sheet that that we evaluate the student the very first day. What's going on with their breathing, what's going on with their articulation, what's going on. So we evaluate all of that the very first day, and that sheet is continued to be used throughout their quizzes and within their final performance. So that would be a sheet that I would download so that they can see how we look at that. And if you have something like that, that's great.
That is a great idea, and we are going to implement that in future years, future semesters, really. So I'm going to ignore the save because it did not do me any good when I did all of them for beginning guitar last night. So finish, and I get my green check mark over here. Yes, I am a very happy man. And then here you're going to input your technical information. Now the students assessed in this semester, there were 25. 23 were they met the outcome, and that is a 77%.
And do make sure that you actually have the exact numbers and that they match what happens at the end of the semester, because these will be looked at against your numbers. So make sure that they're right.
Now, and since I am not absolutely sure of my math, I'm still going to hit finish, knowing that I can go back and edit it later on. Okay, but of course, once we're done with all of the CLOs and we have submit, it is carved in stone. So you better be sure that these numbers are properly done, entered for you. Okay, please.
The analysis of the results, this is going to be important. Most of this we know is kind of reiterating everything we've already done. If anybody looks at our grades, they should know who passed and who didn't. But this is where we say what we need. For instance, I know that Alejandro has pianos that have been in the piano lab, those electronic pianos, for 17 years. They were new the year I got here. I watched them being installed. But now they are fading. He's having problems. There's earphones are going, and that creates a real problem in the class. And so this might be somewhere, you know, where you say, you know, yes, I had maybe 80% of the people pass, but their skill wasn't as good as it could have been had I had this equipment or something like that. So if you have needs, this is a place to really start to bring them in. And this does wind up in program review.
And in this case, it is something that we see quite often in intermediate and advanced level in guitars. We have an X number of guitars, about 20 or so, that we can loan out to students. Unfortunately, we don't have enough guitars for all the students, and a poorly crafted instrument is going to affect the performance of our students, and unfortunately we are not dealing with a very rich part of the population of students who can afford concert level instruments. So help is needed. I'm going to hit finish again, knowing that I can reword anything that I have here, and then action plan. Do you want to continue there?
Sure. With the action plan, if there's, you know, maybe you found something wrong with the way you were teaching, and or you need, let's just say this was, you need more computer training in order to teach your class. That might be something you put here. Maybe what you're going to say here is that you are going to request from the division money for something, or maybe you're going to do some fundraising. This is where an action plan, how are you going to try to get through the issues that you saw? And so here, and he'll hit finish on this, but he might make a plan, like he's going to try to get a grant, or you know, he's going to talk with the dean on some ways to procure funds. That would be something, because you can't just say, well, we're gonna. You have to say how. So those are some things that you could do. But for now, we can finish so that we can show you how to get to the next. And car washes.
There you go.
That's
I'm going to
funny.
hit finish. Thank you.
Okay. And notice now on your left-hand side, he is all green and all checked.
On the right-hand side.
The right-hand side, sorry.
Right.
Right, left. Now we're going to go back to home, believe it or not, and we're going to start all over again. We're going to go to outcome assessments. There we go. We are going to
Plug the computer.
plug in the computer, and we're going to go to create a new assessment.
Since this is based on the CLOs.
Right. We're going to go back and do everything we did for the first one. The only thing is next time when we get in there and we select our course, our semesters and our courses. We did number 1, so now we're going to go back after we get there and do number 2.
If I ever can find
MUSA.
this.
And he'll find his course.
What?
What? That wasn't
Oh,
right.
this. This happened every once in a while last night too. Here we go. You just have to give it a chance. It's 144. Save. Select outcome.
Should we have, we had to go to finish. So, yes, yeah, no, you're right.
So we're going to just select the outcome
and finish.
Hit finish, and we're not going to put you through the process of doing every single one of those again, since you have already seen it. Now, once I finish uploading all of this information, I'm going to continue this video and show you how I hit submit. And good luck.
And
I truly mean that.
Feel free to call me 968-1091. Don't put that on the bathroom wall.
Okay. All right, so here we are at the finish line. What we did is to get here, edit assessment, and this is where you're going to submit. You see those little green deals over here? That's what I believe we are going to do. So here's Maestra Llewellyn to provide light on this subject.
Light on the subject. No, we're going to hit submit and see what the crap happens.
Okay. Submit 1. Yes, it's submitted. Launched into approval stream. Okay, submit.
Woohoo. Launched into approval stream. I like that launch.
The launch is great.
So you should have to do, how many CLOs do you have for this class?
This class I have 3, and they're all done.
They're there.
So I'm done with my class.
Yes, you are done with your class.
Okay.
Okay.
Any wisdom you want to impart on us?
No, but what I will do is double check with Heather Townsend, and as long as she's seeing everything fine from her end, then I think we've got it nailed.
It's a wrap. Well, good luck to all
Have
of you.
fun.
Yes.
Call us.
Yeah, call her.